Some people pretended to feed the stray cats, only to gain their trust, then catch them and feed them to their dogs. One of the kind-hearted women who had been feeding the cats broke down in tears, saying, "This is the cruel ending these cats are facing." Due to local housing demolition, the families who lived there took their dogs with them to enjoy life in their new homes, but left the cats behind to wander among the rubble. The saddest part? These cats were incredibly friendly and affectionate toward humans. And it was precisely this trust that led them into danger. One by one, they were caught by wicked people and thrown into iron pots to be cooked. The original group of over 20 stray cats in the demolition zone was gradually reduced, until only a few remained. After receiving a desperate call for help, our teammate rushed to the scene like a rocket. He was shocked to find that the remaining strays were still incredibly wary, not of him, but of what they'd been through. To make the capture easier, the woman who reached out for help brought a pet carrier right to the cats and tried to get them to walk in voluntarily, promising them a better life. The first cat was caught successfully, but after seeing their companion taken away, the others became more alert. Even with cat treats as bait, their once trusting eyes were now cautious and doubtful. Still, temptation won, and that's likely how some had been so easily caught and eaten before. This one also fell for the treat and was captured. But as the number of captured cats grew, the rest became even more on edge. They started eating with their hind legs ready to run. Even when our teammate offered cat treats with both hands, his weakened arms couldn't catch a particularly feisty one. The cat slapped his hands away and escaped. So he switched tactics and set up a cage trap. Some cats even walked up to the cage and stared inside. A kind of silent mockery. But funnily enough, the third, mocking cat, got trapped next. Sitting on top of the cage was either the third cat's spouse or roommate. Meanwhile, a nearby tabby was simply there to snack on the bait inside. No deeper motivation than just hunger. At the same time, we successfully caught the fourth cat in another trap. As the tabby leaped and danced, it attracted even more cats to gather and observe, creating the perfect distraction for our team to catch more. Just as we missed one cat, a group of young school kids with fluffy coats and backpacks walked by. Turns out, they often stop by after school to feed the cats too. No wonder so many of the cats were chubby and well-fed. If only it weren't for the cruel humans who cooked and ate cats. This neighborhood could have remained a quiet and warm little ecosystem. Once we confirmed the cage trap worked well, we captured cats number 5, 6, and 7 in succession. The funniest moment came from cat number 7, a black and white cow pattern kitty. Once caught, he looked at the food dish, still debating. Should I eat the poop or the poop? But by the time this silly guy snapped out of it, it was already too late. During this time, we met the elderly lady who had been feeding the cats regularly. She carefully boiled chicken breast for them every day, terrified they might freeze or starve during the cold winter. When she found out we were rescuing the cats in secret, she blessed us and also cursed those mysterious red-haired strangers who had taken cats away before. She said goodbye to her kids, one by one, her only wish, that they'd all be reunited and that none would be left behind in the lonely ruins. We promised her, next time we return, we won't leave a single one behind. Every cat will come with us to Cat Haven, where they'll finally be safe, warm, and loved. Oh dear, oh dear. This poor little cat with short legs and 10 deformed paws was abandoned by its owner during the Lunar New Year. One of its paws had swollen like a radish due to a genetic defect, and rather than paying for treatment, the owner left it next to a trash bin, hoping it would survive by rummaging through garbage. Thankfully, a kind-hearted auntie showed up like an angel. Not only did she feed the cat 3 times a day, but worried that it might freeze to death during winter nights, she even built a warm little shelter for the cat to sleep in. Sweetie, is that your mommy over there? Come here, honey. Sister and brother will help you, okay? The cat, so well-behaved and gentle, seemed to understand the auntie's kindness. It even sensed that she had called us to take it to the vet. Maybe deep down, the cat believed that if its paw could be healed, its owner might change their mind and take it back home. With hope and longing, the cat walked right into the pet carrier, ready for a new beginning and a joyful reunion. Just as we were preparing to head to the vet, the auntie pulled out another stray cat from under the shelter. "This one's ear is rotting," she said. The poor silver tabby had severe ear mites, which had spread to its entire face, causing itchiness and massive skin damage. This cat, too, was friendly. But ashamed of its appearance, it kept approaching and retreating, afraid its ugliness might frighten away its saviors. "Come on, sweetheart. Don't move. Don't move," the auntie coaxed softly. The infection had spread from the ears to the face. If not for the auntie's good care and nutritious food, the cat might have already succumbed to the damage. Both cats seemed to understand the auntie's every word, like they had souls that could feel kindness. She said goodbye with tears in her eyes, hoping they would find comfort and never be left behind again. "In this rubble, surviving alone is just too lonely," she whispered. "We promised her that next time we return, we won't leave a single one behind. All will come with us to Cat Haven." With that, our teammate picked up these two wounded brothers and rushed them to the vet. Despite his pain, Radish Paw was so adorable that even the doctor couldn't resist petting him. He tried to escape while being pampered. But after a few moments, he settled down quietly. X-rays clearly showed that his front legs were abnormally curved, a result of intentional breeding for short-legged cats. Though some people love these cute, bent-legged cats, to the cats themselves, it's a life of pain and struggle. While the bones weren't broken, his paws were oozing reddish fluid, likely due to vasculitis. So after applying medication, he was kept under observation at the clinic. As for the silver tabby with the ear infection, the vet diagnosed him as being in the mid to late stage of an ear mite infestation. The scabs on his face were bumpy and crusted. A light pinch would release a whole bunch of tiny parasites. Luckily, this tough little guy had a strong constitution, and he endured the brutal effects of the mites. With the vet's expert treatment, he's expected to recover fully in no time. Both Radish Paw and the silver tabby will stay at the clinic for observation. Once they're healthy again, we'll take them to Cat Haven, a place being built for rescued stray cats. There, they'll never feel lonely or abandoned again. Our teammate hopes that in this cold winter, every stray cat can be warm and well-fed. And just as we were catching our breath, another cry for help arrived. A cat had been pushed from a tall building. Its condition was critical. It lay motionless, its mouth continuously spilling blood. Our teammate rushed to the rescue. Will this fallen cat survive? Turns out the cat had fallen from the 5th floor. By the time the person who found him called us, he was already half dead, his blood leaving trails behind him. Based on our teammates' years of rescuing cats, falls from high places often means serious injuries or multiple fractures, and unfortunately, a high risk of death. This kind of rescue is the most stressful, because if the cat pulls through, everyone cheers. But if something happens on the way and the cat dies mid-rescue, the rescuer bears all the blame. Thankfully, our teammate isn't the kind to waste time scrolling TikTok. He grabbed the cat and ran like the wind. At the hospital, the cat was half cold already. See that? His upper front teeth were here, and the lower ones were over there. His jaw was completely shattered. Besides the fractured jaw, he had some facial trauma, and the red flower oil, blood, was flowing from his mouth. X-rays revealed that part of his spine was compressed and fused, and his pelvic joint on the right side was clearly dislocated. The vet scratched his head, puzzled about how to proceed, when suddenly, "Wait, can I just pop it back in?" Crack! With a twist, the joint snapped back into place. The vet fixed his jaw as well, and miraculously, the cat regained his spirit. He started eating just fine. And post-surgery, this little survivor didn't just get better. He started bouncing, partying, and meowing non-stop. A full-on disco cat. Though he's currently hobbling like a British gentleman, what matters is that he's alive and now under careful observation. Meanwhile, our other teammate was on the way to rescue another stray. A filthy, skinny little soul who had been stuck in asphalt for who knows how long. She was so malnourished that she was nothing but skin and bones. But the moment she realized this was a savior, not a threat, she started rubbing affectionately against our teammate, seeking love. Word got around, and apparently now, fans are already lining up to adopt her. No way. Is that really happening?